How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing something a bit different. We're going to do a Q&A session. I threw a question to ask you guys to ask me questions on the social media a few days ago, like Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. And man, did you guys come through with some questions. There are some music related ones in there, and there's definitely some non-music related ones in there. But hey, it's going to be a bit of fun, and we'll try and get through as many as we can. So let's just get into it. Diego Gaio Garcia asks, what's your favourite dinosaur? My favourite dinosaur has got to be a T-Rex. I mean, I know it's basic as all hell, but every time I've had a bad day, I think a T-Rex with his wee tiny arms just try to make up a duvet cover because he can't know how to do it. That's my impression of a T-Rex, making up a duvet cover. T-Rex, there's your answer. Tristan Dale asks, when do you decide to go full mohawk? To be fair, I didn't decide to go full mohawk. My hairline decided I was going full mohawk. So I used to have long hair. I had long hair for about 20 odd years, and it just got thinner and thinner, and it was starting to look stupid. I was feeling like I was going to end up looking like from Devin Townsend with my skullet. So I decided, let's cut it off, and I just can't do a normal haircut. I couldn't do it. I was just like, man, I can't go down that route of a wee side shed or a fucking something else or completely bald. So mohawk was the next thing that I thought would be best for me, best for my next step in life. After this, it's going to be bald. Has to be, doesn't it? I'm not going to have a fucking choice. Lost Clouthy asks, what's your soundcheck riff? My soundcheck riff has got to be probably Numbered Days by Killswitch. It's nice, heavy, simple, and doesn't make me look too much like a dick when I try and do something that I can't play. So I either do that or I will just make something up on the spot. And I've actually written one song off a soundcheck riff before, so it's not a bad way to do it sometimes. So there you go, either Numbered Days or just make some shit up. Kirsty Ann asks, if you could join any band in the world, who would it be, and what's your Chinese takeaway order? We'll judge your second answer the most. Wow, that's a question and a half. So I think if I could join any band in the world now, it would probably be someone like Bleed From Within, because one, I love them, like they're brilliant, just absolute amazing band, but two, they're just on that precipice right now of they're really climbing up, they're really doing well, and it'd be really cool being a band who are growing and starting to get the big support slots and doing their own headline shows and getting the big festivals and stuff. And it's awesome to see they're now away to go and do their first tour in North America. So yeah, I think a band like Bleed From Within would be amazing, because you're still young, it's still a young band, and even though you're not doing like Metallica and doing the massive arenas and stuff like that, you've still got that gold to go for. So I think that'd be really, really cool. Chinese takeaways, man, I'm basic as hell. I love me a Chinese curry. I just do. I love a Chinese curry. I'll try other things every now and again, just to try and see what they like. But man, Chinese curry, some salt and chili chips, banging. Can't go wrong. Sorry if that sucks. Paul Kelly asks, is that what you want? If you're giving it to me, then no. God. John Callan asks, who was your favourite guitarist you've ever shared the stage with, and why was it me? Why was it you? It wasn't? No, I don't know. I've been fortunate to share the stage with some brilliant guitar players, and I cannot turn around and say any one of them's been better than the other, because that's just no nice. I can't do it. It's not true either, because they're all amazing in their own way. But what I can say for certain is it wasn't you, John. I've never called you John. Wasn't you, Callie. John Nudge Or asks, would you rather have dicks for fingers or balls for toes? That's probably you, not or whatever the hell I've just said. But it's got to be fucking balls for toes. It's got to be balls for toes. Can you imagine trying to play guitar, dicks for fingers? I mean, you get a string down that wee slit bit. Oh, nope, balls for toes. Toby William Allen asks, what's your favourite whiskey? So I'm probably going to get my Scottish card taken off me here because I do not like whiskey, like Scotch whiskey, like single malts and all that kind of stuff. It's not for me. Tried, I keep trying, and I do not like them. So I'm more of a generic Jack Daniels, Jim Beam type bourbon guy. That's just what I like, what I've been drinking for years and years. Though, like I said, I keep trying whiskey. I should stop doing shots here because it's fucking bouffing. So anyway, bouffing, for those who don't know, really horrible. So yeah, there you go. That's me. I'm a Jack D man, Jack D and Coke. Christoph Stalmach asks, what's your favourite Osiren song? I'm really bad with names, Christoph. I'm really sorry. I don't know the name of the song, but the new one single you put out with the guest singer is an absolute blinder. Loved it. So that would definitely, of everything I've heard of you guys, that's probably my favourite song that you guys have done. And I can't wait to hear the rest of the album that's coming off of. You guys seem to be going places, so well done, and honestly wish you guys all the best. Laura Gallagher asks, favourite Lamb of God album? Probably the same as everybody else. Favourite Lamb of God album, Ashes of the Wake. It's just tremendous. There's not a bad song on there. So it's got to be Ashes of the Wake. Pretty closely followed by Sacrament. I love Sacrament because it was the first kind of time I properly got into Lamb of God. So there we go, Sacrament. And Ashes of the Wake, best album by Lamb of God. Esteban Martinez asks, what's your favourite riff from a Scottish band? Mate, I don't know. So I'm not going to include Bleed From Within because they're big. We'll go with only local bands. That's what we'll do. We'll go with only local bands. So my favourite riff from a local band is probably... Sorry, that was probably really loud. Sorry about that. Centralia, Full in a Hill. There's some absolute stonking riffs on that. Go and check it out. Centralia, Full in a Hill. It's absolutely brilliant. The riff that I'm talking about comes in, build up to it. Davey, if you ever see Davey play live, the elbow comes out and he's fucking in, and I'm sure it's kind of triplets or something like that. That's amazing. Such a good riff. And Centralia are just so good at doing riffs that maybe aren't the most technical thing in the world, but the build up into them just makes the riff absolutely chef's kiss. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe I've done that. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Peter Wall asks, why does it look so wrong when you play anything other than a Les Paul style guitar? You know, it's not that it looks wrong when I play anything other than a single cut, it's the fact that everybody else is wrong who isn't playing a single cut. That's just the way it is. Nah, I think it's because I've been playing single cuts for 20 odd years, 25 years or something like that. Just comfortable with them, that's all it is. I'm comfortable with them. My heroes and that played them, and that's why I went towards them. So yeah, that's what it is. I think people have just seen me play them all the time. I can't remember the last time I was on stage. In fact, it was when I first joined Burn the Dream. I had a baritone kind of super strat LTD sitting over there. That just didn't feel right. It doesn't feel right for me. I like the weight and the way single cuts are. They just work for me, as they don't work for some people. So that's what it is. I'm just used to them. I just love them. I love how they feel and I love how they play. So there's the answer. Graham Donnelly asks, how many chicken nuggets can you fit in your mouth at once? You buy the nuggets and we'll find out. Bring the nuggies over. Justin Lambert asks, who's your favourite American guitar player from Detroit that's also incredibly handsome? American guitar player from Detroit. American guitar player from Detroit. Don't know any, sorry mate. Willie Lang asks, top 5 local bands you've played with. I feel this is a loaded question. I really do. I feel like you're just making me say this to say your band. But I've not played with your new band yet, so I can't say that. But I can definitely say Final Silence, one of Willie's old bands that I played with, are definitely up there with one of my favourite bands to play with. Just amazing. Always full of energy, and it was always an absolute party when we played with them. So definitely them. Final Silence. Said for Centralia. Centralia are one of the best bands in general in Scotland right now. Absolutely phenomenal. Another one like that is Dog Tired, who are insanely good, insanely groovy, just riffs for fucking days. Brilliant band. Who else we played with that I love? The Colony. Colony are another band I love playing with. Great bunch of guys. Great riffs, great songs. Had the pleasure of doing a couple of gigs for them as well, which was brilliant. So that's another band. And who else is amazing that we've played with, local bands? I mean, I've done a lot of gigs over the years. A stupid amount of gigs over the years. So I'm trying to think back some of the bands I played with, local bands. I think a band that constantly. Iron Altar, are fucking phenomenal band. I love playing with them as well. So there you go. There's the 5 bands that I think the top local bands that I've played with anyway. If you know any other Glasgow bands, let me know down below that I should check out. Alexander Katsonikis asks, who made you pick up a guitar and realise that's right up your alley, and what is the reason you are drawn, obsessed by single cuts? So the person that made me pick up a guitar probably was Slash and Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. One of the two that I kind of was really into when I first started playing guitar, that made me want to play guitar. I loved it. I remember watching the videos. I think it was Use Illusion 1 and 2, 1991 I think that was. And just, I was obsessed with those videos, obsessed with Slash playing it in the big crowds, and just thinking, man, that's what I want to do. Absolutely loved those videos. And the video for Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, I loved that. It was just amazing. Virtual reality thing, it just looks so bad now, but they were both playing Les Pauls in that, and I think that's what kind of is all stuck in my head, is Les Pauls. And I just love them. I think they're iconic looking guitars, and I think that's probably why I've always kind of gravitated towards it, because after that I kind of get into Zakk Wylde, and obviously the Zakk Wylde Bullseye and stuff, and I love that guitar. So it's always been the people that influenced me, probably the most I've played Les Pauls, so naturally just kind of went in that direction. Jamie Lord Marmalade Simpson asks, if you had to pick a location for me to suck your toes, where would it be and why? Seriously though, also series previous, top 3 favourite riffs, both to listen to and to play. Jamie, I'll suck your toes wherever you want me to suck your toes. Let's do it a download, because I've done it before. Not your toes, some random guy's toes. No, let's not go into that. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, three riffs. Let's say My Curse by Killswitch Engage. Love it. Great riff. The main riff in that. Everybody knows that. It's just so good. Far From Heaven by Fit for an Autopsy. The main verse riff in that is so groovy, so bouncy, yet heavy as balls. And I would say The End of All We Know by Bleed From Within is a riff that it took me a long time to get right, with the wee tapping and all that kind of stuff in it. I love that riff. It's great, and they just write some fucking bangers. So there's your 3. Get your toes out. Colin Walls asks, have you ever seen an elephant sausage? Seriously, what was your first guitar and what was the first riff you learned? I've never seen an elephant sausage. If you, I'm assuming it's probably long and grey and wrinkly, like their trunk, maybe. So suppose the other question. Oh aye, first guitar shit. First guitar was a nylon acoustic piece of shit that was like £40 or something. I had that, and it kind of almost put me off playing guitar because it was really tough to play. So I played that for a bit, kind of put it down, and then my mum and dad eventually got me an electric guitar, just a cheapy one again, but it was a kind of brown Strat copy by Jim Deacon. It was disgusting. It was really horrible. But I loved it when I first got it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's first guitar and stuff. And I think the first riff I ever played on that was Civil War by Guns N' Roses. That was probably my first riff that I properly learned to play, rather than just trying to wing stuff. So yeah, there you go, Jim Deacon Strat and a horrible brown sunburst in Civil War. Oscar Mazurik asks, top 5 drummers. You do realise this is a guitar channel, don't you? Fucking hell, drummers. Okay, top 5 drummers. I think let's go with Nick Menza from, I need to stop that clicking, I'm so I apologise. Nick Menza from Megadeth, always loved his style of drumming, he was amazing, just so in the pocket and stuff. Chris Adler from Lamb of God, again, just all these wee bits and stuff he would do, he was superb. I've not great with drummers. Eloy Casagrande, fucking superb drummer, so good, such a good drummer. I know this is a bit cheesy, but I love watching him play, and I just how aggressive, and I love the wee bits he does. Like my drummer, Richie Patton from Born the Dream, it's one of my favourite drummers. He's just amazing at what he does, and I'm not trying to bum him up. I'm trying to bum him up, but I honestly think he's one of my favourite drummers. I think he's just amazing. He's just so in it. He's so definitely his own style. So Richie Patton, and fifth, what do you think? I don't know. I'm not really good with drummers. Ali Richardson from Bleed From Within, another phenomenal drummer. 66 Samus, he's brilliant. I love watching him. His videos are amazing as well. So there you go. There's the probably the only drummers I know the names of. So hope that helps. Martin Cyan asks, what's the hardest riff you've tried to learn? Okay, so hardest riff I've tried to learn. It's not really a riff. It was more a lead part, but the end of Marigold by Periphery probably took me close to 2 years to get that whole song down, but especially that end part, and I've never been so frustrated in all my life. It was just a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I honestly nearly gave up guitar so many times just trying to learn that song. I hated it, but it's one of those things, once you get it, you feel great. But yeah, that was tough, that was really tough. So thanks for bringing those sad memories back, Martin. That's put me down a wee bit. I'm always joking. Cheers, bud. Gavin Marshall asks, favourite non-metal album / artist? This is pretty tough because I don't really listen to a lot outside of metal and rock, you know. I love Dire Straits. I love kind of like Leonard Skinner, and I love kind of Eagles and all that kind of stuff as well. But if we try to take it completely out the kind of rock metal genre, I really enjoyed like old Kelly Clarkson stuff and old Justin Timberlake stuff, and that was really cool. And I think the album that I probably listened to one of the most in my life was Bad by Michael Jackson, because it was just phenomenal and it was groundbreaking. So I would probably say Bad by Michael Jackson's probably my favourite album outside the metal rock genre. Andy Oldham asks, seriously, what was the inspiration to pick up the guitar and drive you to go through the torture? Like I said before, the inspiration was just watching guys like Slash and Zakk Wylde and Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield and all that, just doing what they do. And I just always wanted, I just want to do that. I just want to be on stage playing. I want to write music. I want to just enjoy myself. I want to be with a bunch of guys and have a laugh. That was really it. So that was the kind of inspiration. And it's not torture. If you find playing guitar torture or doing anything that's maybe a passion torture and not fun, then you should just stop doing it, because it's meant to be fun and it's meant to be something that takes you out of reality and just you can break away from all the crap. So yeah, it's got a bit deep here, but if you have got a passion or something and you find yourself not having fun anymore, take a break and just find the reason you did it in the first place. So there you go. Gary Mulligan asks, which craft beer do you recommend the most, and best album or even riff of the year so far? What makes you think I'm a craft beer guy? I know I post some shitty pictures on Instagram every now and again, but I'm not a massive craft beer guy. Like I like picking the ones up every now and again. Vault City, I've been doing some cracking sour beers that I've really enjoyed. There's like a mango one, a raspberry coconut ripple one as well. They've been amazing, I've really enjoyed them. Overtone Brewery, they do some cracking ones. Brewdog, obviously they do some great ones. But I don't really know the craft beers that well. I look at the cans and go for the pretty ones, the ones that look cool or fun or whatever, and I tend to go for just them. Drygate, there's another one, just popped out my head. I get them. They're Disco Fork Truck, or Disco Forklift Truck, or whatever it's fucking called. The mango one as well, that's amazing. So that's my favourite ones. And best album or riff of the year so far. That's tough. That is really tough. I got asked this by somebody else a few weeks ago. I would say for me, I can't narrow it down to one. I just can't. But best albums so far have been Shrine by Bleed From Within, Oh What the Future Holds by Fit For an Autopsy, In Stasis by Monuments, phenomenal album. Trying to think what else has come out. I'm sure there's others, I just can't remember right now, but those three definitely are up there with my top list of albums for this year. Chago Galza asks, first guitar you owned, do you still have it? Okay, so I answered this one already. So it was the nylon acoustic, and electric was the horrible tobacco busty Jim Deacon Squire thing. It was disgusting. But no, I don't still have it. I actually gave it to a pal at school and never got it back. Wonder if he still got it. Wonder if he does. Gordon Beveridge, if you're still out there, let me know if you've still got that. So I'd like to get it back and see actually how bad it was. So there you go. Neil Craig asks, what's your musical interest outside of chugging riffs? It kind of ties in with the other one. I don't really have musical interest outside of chugging riffs, you know. I just like playing metal. I like playing rock and metal, it's something I do. But like I said, stuff like old Kelly Clarkson, Christina Aguilera, she comes out with some cracking stuff. Old pop music, I'm not really into this newer stuff. Pop music that was out in the kind of 90s and stuff like that, I always felt that was so much better than what we get now, because it felt like proper people doing their own music rather than just the generic shite that's out there now. So there you go. Sorry, it was not much of an answer. Thomas Brankin asks, based on your experience, what advice would you give to young musicians starting out? What local bands would you recommend we all get our ears on from past and present? Hope you're well, bud. Cheers, Thomas. That's good. Hope you're well as well. What advice would I give? Enjoy yourself. Play stuff that you want to play and that inspires you. Because if you're just doing something that somebody tells you to play, it can be a drag and it will turn you off guitar so much quicker. Honestly, yeah, we all need to learn chords and stuff like that to begin with because it's the fundamentals. If you don't know them, you won't really get anywhere. But 100% try and just play stuff that you want to play, stuff that inspires you, that motivates you, because if you don't, you're going to give up. It's so easy to sit there and go, I need to know music theory and all that kind of stuff. I know no music theory at all. I'm so bad at it, and it's just I'm not interested, to be honest with you. I should know it, but I'm not interested. I know enough to get around the guitar to know kind of what intervals sound like what and all that kind of stuff. Very, very basic scales, but it's not the be all and end all knowing music theory, and to me it's boring. It really is boring. So yeah, 100% just play what you love and go and play with musicians who are better than you as quickly as you can, because there's nothing that will make you a better player than playing with people who are better than you, and that's 100% through experience. I've played with some amazing players and I've had to pick my game up really quickly because you just feel like you're lagging behind, and you know if you're in a band or try to push yourself and you're not keeping up with them, you'll get punted out. You want to be in that band, you need to do your homework, you need to do the graft, and so go and play with people who are better than you and you will improve rapidly. What's other ones? Local bands, I kind of already said this. Centralia, Dog Tired, Ingraves, Iron Altar, Catalysis, I think it's Catalysis, on that from Dundee, they're really good, go and check them out. The Colony, I'm trying to think of other ones, there's loads of bands out, so yeah, you'll need to just kind of check the Glasgow local scene. I'll try and see if I can link some down below fees. Colton Chapman asks, what's been your favourite solo entry of yours? That's a colossal question, mate, because the minute I record it and do the video and all that kind of stuff and put it up on YouTube, I forget it. I have no really recollection of it because I very rarely go back and watch them. So the only one that really stands out is the one that Ola first put on his channel. I kind of remember that one quite well. I think because of Ola's reaction to it, it was so good, and the fact that it was kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool, and it kind of caught him off guard, the riff that I did. So, excuse me, I think I really enjoyed that one. That was good. and that's the only one I can properly remember. There's other wee bits and bobs that I can remember, but we'll go with that one. The one that first made it on the Ola channel. Don't ask me what number that was. 56, something like that. Anyway. Stratoclimber asks, nice tats, are they stick on? No, you dick. Ricky Fleming asks, if you were to attend a gig in Glasgow with one of the bands you've covered, they get you up on stage to play guitar for that song you covered, what song would it be? It's a great question, Ricky. I think I've got two in mind that I would say straight away. Killswitch Engage with the song that started this whole YouTube channel in due time. Love that song, and that's obviously I just wanted to cover it and I thought I'd stick it on YouTube, so that's why I would did that one. And Machine Head's Aesthetics I Hate, get up on stage and jam that out with Rob Finn or whatever would be an absolute dream come true. So those two would be the ones that I would love to do if possible. So everyone spam Killswitch and spam Machine Head and get me up on stage with them. Eric Crombez asks, what is your biggest influence? Also, are you ready for the collab? So as we said before, when I first started out, it was definitely stuff like Slash, Zakk Wylde, James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, all the old kind of thrash players and earlier 80s stuff that were massive influences back then. But I would say now, over the last few years, it's been like Andy James. I love Andy James, love his songwriting, his riffs, his lead playing is just so good. Like the way he phrases stuff and his vibrato and all that kind of stuff is amazing. And then also people like John Brown and Misha from Periphery have definitely made me look at the guitar in a slightly different way for writing. I write slightly differently from the way I used to. It's not just down picked, just big caveman riffs anymore. Try to experiment a bit more. So definitely those guys have influenced me, along with All England. I love him. I think he's brilliant. I've always loved The Haunted, but the last couple of albums that he's come in, The Haunted kind of disappeared a wee bit for me. But when he came back to really good kind of death metal, but so much groove. So yeah, All England, massive influence on me. JK asks a couple of questions. What is your goal with the channel? Which of the covers you did so far is your favourite? Which guitar do you enjoy playing the most? What's your favourite tuning? Studio tour? Few questions there, Jay. Right, let's try and go through them. So, goal with the channel. Never really was a goal with the channel. I don't really think I really have one. When I first started it out, it was literally just I wanted to do a cover every week, so I was playing every week pretty much. It was a reason to make me play and push myself and try and do covers that were maybe slightly above my reach. I'm not saying that's what I do now. Sometimes I just throw out the simplest of stuff, but it is still making me play and record, which is pretty important every week. Really important to get tight, and it really helps with all aspects of the of your playing, be it with a band or on your own, or recording music or doing covers, whatever. So that was really the thing, mate. But as the channel's got bigger, and like obviously we've hit the kind of 1,000 subscriber mark, I still don't really have a goal, but I would like to expand the content a wee bit, do more stuff like this. I don't know, maybe start trying reviewing stuff, try my hand at that. Still keep doing the covers, put out some more original music, and just grow it and expand it and just see what happens. We'll just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks and what doesn't. Covers, favourite so far. I can't pick a favourite. What I did enjoy though was doing the full albums of like the End of Heartache and the Black Album, because that gave me a direction. It gave me something to aim at, which was cool, rather than just try to figure out week to week what I was doing. When I knew I was doing the full albums, I could plan them, and I knew what songs were coming next. So definitely probably do more of them. Guitar that I enjoy playing the most. Out of my 7 strings, definitely the Solar. I've got an LTD 7 string as well, which doesn't get a lot of playing time because it's a baritone and it's just not the most comfortable guitar in the world to play. It's like the bottom frets are so far apart. It's tough. It's a great guitar, but it's a tough one to play. So I'll definitely always kind of go towards the Solar. But my favourite guitar that I have that I play is my Gibson Gothic Les Paul. Love it. I'm pointing over there as if you can see it. My Gibson Gothic Les Paul is by far my favourite guitar that I have to play. Tunings, for Burning the Dream will always kind of writing drop A at the moment anyway, so I enjoyed writing in drop A, and when I'm normally writing stuff for myself or whatever, I tend to go towards drop C. Love drop C as well. I think it's just you can write some really technical stuff without being too low, so you can still pick out all the clarity of the notes. But I've really enjoyed writing stuff in standard recently as well, or plain standard at least. Been a massive stylosis binge, so maybe that's why. Because there's nothing better than writing a riff that's heavy, but it's in E standard. You don't need to do fucking double drop R or whatever the fuck people are going down to now. You know, just standard E and fucking heavy ass riffs, man. So yeah, that's so drop C is probably my main one, and drop A for Burning the Dream. And as far as a studio tour goes, we can do a video for a studio tour, but it won't take very long. It's literally after you see what's here, there's a wall there with just random stuff lying about the floor. So we can do one. Yeah, let's do one. We'll do a studio tour. I'll show you the guitars I've got, and you can see I can tidy up all the stuff behind there that you can't see now, and you'll never see because it's an absolute disgrace. Right, move on. Tony Mitchell asks, where's that vegan sausage? Probably places where it shouldn't be. Kevin Cornwell odd, is it challenging to balance music, YouTube with work and other life priorities? What's your approach / routine? Yes, it's a challenge. I am, excuse me, I am in a lucky kind of situation where I get 2 or 3 hours a day to myself, because I finish work quite early in the afternoon. So I get time between coming home and my wife coming home and stuff. So I get some time, but it is really, really tough. I don't really have an approach. All I know is that if I sit down the minute I come in from work and switch the TV on, game over. I can't get myself motivated enough to do stuff. So I would say, if you're going to do something like this, make sure you just got to do it, because the minute you sit down you start thinking about it, it doesn't happen. It's really hard to get yourself motivated, especially if you've been working. So that's the only kind of advice I can give for it. That's my approach for it, is just get going before you sit down, because if you don't, that's it. Do you know what I mean? What's the other ones? So well, there you go. That's the balance. I'm like I said, I'm pretty lucky. I've got time to myself, which I feel blessed, because I know a lot of people haven't. If I didn't have that, I don't even know if I would be doing this, because it is tough. And I'm lucky I've got a great wife who lets me come upstairs and do this while she's down there. But like everybody, I want to spend time with my wife, spend time with my kids and my mates. So it's just finding. I don't really have anything else outside of this in my band anyway. So this is it. But if I had other hobbies as well, that's when shit would get tough. Ian Stratton Drums asks, what's a guitar you've loved and lost? I would say 2 that I sold was a black Jackson Randy Rhodes, and a black Dean ML, like Dimebag shape. Dimebag? What the hell was that? Dimebag shaped guitar. I loved both those guitars, but I got rid of them so I could get my first 7-string, my LTD, and I'm glad I did, because I needed a 7-string at the time, and those guitars didn't get played very often because they had Floyd Rose bridges on them, and I hate Floyd Rose bridges, really hate them, don't get on with them at all, hate the setup for them, hate the intonation on them, hate the fact you break a string and the whole guitar's gone. So I did love playing the guitars when they're set up right, especially the Jackson. I loved it, but I'm not a fan of Floyd Rose's. So if I could get that back, exactly same with her, but with a hardtail, I would take the Jackson Randy Rhodes back any day. Bootstrap Stew, best and worst gigs you've been to? It's a fairly easy one for me. Metallica played the Glasgow Barrowlands just after they released the Load album. So the Barrowlands, if you don't know, is a fairly small venue compared to like the arenas and big stages that Metallica normally play. So that was pretty intimate, and it was just such an amazing gig. And just to top it off, one of my other favourite bands, Corrosion of Conformity, were supporting, so I got to see them as well, and it was just such a good gig. It was just phenomenal. Metallica came on, all the lights were up, there was no lights down or anything, it was just brilliant. Started with So What, phenomenal gig, definitely one I will remember for the rest of my life. Worst gig, again that's pretty easy, it was Avenged Sevenfold. just after they brought out City of Evil at the Archies in Glasgow. Sound was awful. Bands didn't want to be there. You could see it in their face. They hardly moved about. Really lacklustre. Beer was crap. Crowd weren't into it. It was just a shit gig. I think everybody that I was there with kind of agreed it was just not good. So, pretty easy answer again. Jetfire Productions asks, are you sure you've spelt your name right? I get this all the time. Why do you spell your name with an I? Yeah, my name's spelt right. It's Greig. But I know it's not the normal way to spell it. But it's Greg, it's no Grieg, as most people end up saying. But yeah, that's it. It's Greg. Just Greg, as in Greg, but with an extra I, because I'm special. Brian asks, Gear, your technical setup and why you prefer one option versus the other. Example, thick versus thin strings, mahogany bodies versus alder, active versus packer pickups, etc. How do you craft your personal tone? Thanks. So when it comes to gear, I'm not a tech head. I'm not really into amps and pedals and all that and wood tone and everything. It's just not something I've ever got into. I'm pretty simple, big dumb caveman guitar player. So I love single cuts, as we know. I pretty much go, oh, that one's nice. I like the look of that. Let's try it. So that's how I choose my guitars. Shocking, I know. Don't get me wrong, I do like stuff like having locking tuners and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not bothered about if it's a mahogany body or if it's an alder body or if it's a rosewood neck or whatever. Shit, just it doesn't interest me, to be honest with you, and I don't really think it makes a difference. I mean, shoot me down if you want, but I don't really think for most people who are listening to it, who are out there, really can tell a difference. So that's where I am with that stuff. Pickups, EMG 8185 are 100% my go-to pickups. I just love the EMGs, I love active pickups, but I've been really enjoying the Solar Duncans in the Solar guitar. And they're not active, but I've enjoyed having the split coil option and stuff like that on them. So I was going to swap them out when I first got them, but I'm enjoying them. Kind of would like to try the Fishman Fluence as well. So we'll see. I'm going to stick with the Solar just now for a bit, see how I like it, especially for recording when we record the next Burn the Dream stuff, see how they sound. And then maybe swap them out if I don't like them, either Fishman or back to EMGs for me. What was the other question? How do I craft my personal tone? I don't craft my personal tone. Well, that's not a lie. Because I've got the Kemper now, I find profiles that I like and then just tweak them for my liking. And I think it's important that you tweak stuff for the way you like and not what people think you like, or should like, should I say. Because I think nothing motivates you more, inspires you more than a tone that you dig. You play somebody else's tone that they dig and you think, I just have to play this because they think it's cool. I don't think you'll go on it as well. I don't think you'll be as inspired to play. I think you should just play the stuff that you think sounds cool. If the tone's cool to you, then you play it, you enjoy it, you know. So that's how I craft my tone. I just get a good Kemper profile and thing me. Because if you ask me to make a good tone, a Mesa Boogie head or a 5150 with a pedal and stuff, I wouldn't have a clue where to start because I've never done it. Well, I've not done it in 25 years or something. So, but I've just been using digital stuff for years and years. So I'm not a big pedal person and all that either. Like I've got a wah pedal, but bar that, no, I don't really have any pedals. So sorry if that's a bit of a disappointing answer, because I'm not a bit of a tech head like most people. Graves of the Innocent asks, music related, when did you first discover Lamb of God, and was it a thing of being instantly blown away, or did you become a fan over time? Favourite song? Non-music related. Why does it always burn when I pee? My screams embarrass me in public restrooms. We'll answer that second question first. If it burns when you pee, go and see somebody, and was that you in the toilet the other day, mate? Fucking hell, that sounded sore. Go and get that checked out. So anyway, Lamb of God, first time I heard them was Ruin. Pretty sure it was the first song I heard, and wasn't really into it, didn't really get it, just wasn't for me. And then a couple of years later, I think it was, I heard, I saw the video for Redneck, and I was just like, that video's amazing, so funny, and the song was just absolute killer. And I was like, man, I should really give these guys another chance. So I went back and I listened to Ashes of the Wake, and lo and behold, favourite Lamb of God album, just amazing. And I've kind of been hooked on Lamb of God ever since then. They're just brilliant, and they write some amazing riffs. I know they're quite samey now, but still, riffs are bangers, songs are bangers, so hey, I'll still be there for them. Justin Digby Official asks, do you prefer your Zakk Wylde over your Goth? You know I love me a Les Paul, so inquiring minds want to know. Do I enjoy the Zakk Wylde Les Paul over the Goth? No, I don't. I wouldn't say so. The Gothic Les Paul, as I said, is my favourite guitar. It's close. I mean, it's really close. They both play very, very similar and feel very similar. But no, I keep looking at them. No, the Gothic ones is my baby. I love this. I love the Zakk Wylde one as well. But in different tunings, so it all just depends. What I'm playing depends what guitar I play. So that's why you'll probably see the Gothic more than the Les Paul, the Zakk Wylde Les Paul, because it's just the stuff I'm doing in that tuning. So there you go. Mario Kurz asks, why does your beautiful Zakk Wylde Les Paul miss 2 knobs? Pure accidents, to be honest with you, just pure accidents. I think the glue came off the volume knobs. Excuse me. The glue came off the volume knobs, and I've not lost them. I've still got them. They're sitting here. So I just need to get decent glue to stick them back on with. But the pickup selector, that's smashed, and I can't get one. I can't seem to find one that's the right size. I've tried a couple now, and they're either too big or too small. So I need to try and get one. If anyone knows where I can get a volume selector switch for Zakk Wylde Les Paul, please let me know. But yeah, just actions, just these things happen. So I'm kind of brutal towards the guitars, but that's the way it is. So there we have it, folks. That's all your questions answered. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. Thanks very much for sending those questions in. We'll do it again, maybe when we hit 2,000 or 3,000, if we ever hit that. Because that was good. If you liked this video, as always, please like down below. Comment any other questions that I've maybe didn't answer. Put them down below and I'll type them up, or we'll hold on to them for next time. And if you've not subscribed, if you can subscribe to the channel, I would deeply appreciate it. And share it about so the algorithm gods get to see it a bit more. And just want to say thanks very much to everybody who watches and likes the videos and shares the videos and all that. Guys, honestly mean the world to me. Couldn't do this without you. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you for another cover video probably pretty soon. Catch you after. See ya!